Happy Saturday, Jousters. June 6th. We've got a fun workout for you today to kick off your weekend. Let's get it started with the at-home Joust standard warm-up. Get warm, get loose, get ready to rock and roll. Then, the workout of the day. It's for time, but you're going to be working for 1 minute, resting for 30 seconds. So you're trying to complete this list of movements as fast as you can with good technique, but you can only work for 60 seconds at a time. You must rest for 30 seconds. We'll explain why in a minute. Here's the movements: 250 double unders, 200 swings, 150 sit-ups, 100 air squats, 50 push-ups. Once again, work for a minute, rest for 30 seconds. Goals today: let's have some fun. Let's make sure we're moving well. We should be able to finish this in between like 18 and 22 minutes, maybe a little bit quicker than that, maybe a little longer, depending on how proficient you are with double unders, with push-ups. Those are going to be the main slowdowns here. Yeah, it's doable. Let's knock it out with max intensity. Specific goals on top of that time frame: you should be working to your limit in each 60 seconds of work. So as many double unders as you can get in 60 seconds. Really pushing the limits there, knowing that you have 30 seconds to breathe, to rest, and recover. Maximize the work you are getting done every 60 seconds. Just enough time to recover and do it again. So you should be really pushing the limits on the double unders, on the swings, on the sit-ups, on the air squats, and on the push-ups. Scaling options for this workout. If you don't have double unders yet, but you have a jump rope, let's do power jump single unders for 250 reps. If you don't have that, let's do 250 single unders. All right? Maybe up the reps a little bit if you feel like you're really good at single unders but don't yet have double unders. If you don't have a jump rope, let's do invisible double under jumps, aka penguin jumps. For swings, scaling options for that, we could do 100 good mornings and 100 tuck jumps. Wouldn't necessarily want you to do 200 tuck jumps after all the jumping beforehand with the double unders, so maybe break that up: 100 good mornings, 100 tuck jumps. I'll show you a demonstration for that in a minute. 150 sit-ups, scaling options for that. We could go legs bent or legs straight instead of butterfly sit-ups if we hit a wall with the butterfly sit-ups. For air squats, best way we can scale those down is by cutting the reps down a little bit. Try not to take off too much range of motion from our standard of hitting parallel. That should be easy enough for most of us to achieve. If you need a target though, you could squat to a chair, to a bench, to a ball, something at parallel. For the push-ups, we can scale those to knees on the ground. We could also scale those to an incline push-up on a chair, on a bench, or on a table. And if any of these, if this work is more than maybe double of what you've done recently, you've been taking a little time off, let's cut the reps down. Maybe do something like 150, 125, 100, 75, and keep the push-ups 50. All right, all great options for you today. Let me give you some movement demonstrations for what's to come. First one on the list, we've got double unders. Okay. All right, for the double unders, like I said, if you don't have double unders yet, but you have a jump rope, best option for you is to get really consistent with your jumps. So I want to see hands in front of the waist, nothing but the wrists rotating, and that rope starting just behind our legs. So we start, this would be a regular single under, a great place to start, but to take this further, we need to jump twice as high. Still rotating at the wrists, still being consistent with our jumps. The next step past that power jump would be adding the wrist rotation. So a quick flick at the wrist when we're in the air. Magically, if we get our timing right, we'll have double unders. So if we start with the power jumps, jumping twice as high, then you can see how adding that extra wrist rotation would magically allow you to do double unders. Takes a little practice there. Try to knock some out. If you don't have a jump rope, let's go to invisible double unders, or penguin jumps, jumping and tapping our thighs twice in midair to kind of simulate that wrist action that we would get from double unders. Cool, cool. Next activity would be swings. One more thing on the double unders. If ankles, knees, and hips aren't liking all the jumping, you could go to some platform jogging, jogging up on one stair, jogging down. You could do stair jogs, you could do low box step-ups, all great options for you. You can do jumping jacks if that feels better, maybe high knees, maybe some cardio for about 2 to 3 minutes, something like that would all work well. Next movement on the list, swings. We're gonna get into our high toss position. Slightly behind the bell, get your butt down, your chest up. We're trying to keep our back flat here as we high toss the bell above our knees. We're then gonna violently hip thrust, so AKA stand up as tall as you can to triple extension. We're fully extended at the ankle, the knee, and the hip. At the top, you're squeezing your abs, you're squeezing your butt. The arms, just noodles, hanging onto that bell like ropes. High toss, hip thrust. From there, we're off to the races. I take that bell back above my knees, and I hip thrust to stand tall. From the side, you can see hinging and thrusting. We do not want to turn this into a squatting swing. We want to hinge and thrust. The swing is all about using the posterior chain and violently extending the hips. It's good for you. If we do not have something to swing with, we could do 100 good mornings, followed by 100 tuck jumps. Great option for you. Sit-ups, next movement on the list. If you have an ab mat, use it. If not, use a blanket, use a towel, use something underneath your tailbone. We'll start with butterfly sit-ups, soles of our feet together. We sit back, hands and shoulders to the floor. We sit up with good posture. Sit back, sit up. To scale this, feet flat on the floor, bent-legged sit-ups, or straight-legged sit-ups. If we hit a wall there, we could add a little counterbalance with a light dumbbell, light plate, helping us up out of the bottom of that sit-up. Next movement on the list, we've got air squats. Air squats, feet shoulder width. Stand tall to start and to finish. Arms up high for good posture. We squat down, we stand all the way up. Down and up. To scale that, we could use a target, maybe a chair, doing the old sit down, stand up. We could also find a ball and squat to a target. Squatting down to the ball, standing all the way up at the top. Extra practice with that range of motion. Last movement on the list, we've got push-ups. Body one straight line, hands under the chest. We go all the way down, chest to the floor, all the way up, arms straight, down and up. To scale that, we can go knees on the ground. Body still, one straight line. We go all the way down to the floor, all the way up, arms extended, down and up. To scale that a little more, we could do an incline push-up. Hands on a chair, on a bench. We go down to the chair or the bench. We press all the way back up, down and up. All right, that's all I've got for you on this Saturday. Remember, max intensity, each 60 seconds of work. Have fun with this one. I think it'll be sneaky. Have a great Saturday, a great weekend. Crush it.